Hello, welcome to Water Pollution Problems in Alaska. Your presenters today are Monica, Cal, Logan, and Emily. We are all students in the Spring 2014 Environmental Studies 112 course at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. This short presentation will give you several past and current examples of water pollution problems in Alaska.
By the beginning of the 20th century, water quality issues in the United States had become unbearable. In 1899, Congress passed the Rivers and Harbors Act to fix some of the most obvious problems. Afterwards, throughout history, many different efforts have been made to improve the quality of water all over the United States and are listed on these next two slides. Alaska has such an abundant natural resource of water that hasn't been polluted as much as the other states in the U.S. because of its remoteness and low population for the state's size. By 1965, public concerns about environmental pollution were on the rise. In current times, water problems are still occurring and will be shown in the next part of the presentation.
The Exxon-Valdez oil spill on the coast of Alaska on March 24, 1989, covered 1,300 miles of the Alaskan coastline. It is considered to be one of the largest oil spills in the history of U.S. waters, as well as one of the most devastating human-caused environmental disasters. The area is a habitat for many different types of wildlife, such as salmon, sea otters, seals, and seabirds. Although many different methods were implemented to try and remove the oil, several complications rose to slow down cleanup. Some of the long-term effects of the oil spill included hundreds of thousands of deaths of local wildlife. In 2010, there was an estimated 23,000 gallons of crude oil still left in Alaska's sand and soil. It is an extremely slow process for the environment to recover from such a strong blow, and the water quality has not been the same since.
The current state of water infrastructure in Alaska varies greatly according to location. Over half of Alaska's population lives in the greater Anchorage area and has extensive water infrastructure and nearly unlimited supply. As this graph shows, in rural Alaska, lack of infrastructure means that 18% of all communities are left unserved or without a piped connection. Furthermore, 21% are left to manage individual septic tanks and wells, which are expensive to operate, while others are forced to haul their sewage using tractors and ATVs. On this next slide, we have a map of all the unserved people within Alaska. Now you may be asking, what happens to the sewage if there is no sewage system? Well, in rural Alaska, the primary behavior is to take the sewage, which is contaminated in trash bags, from their honey buckets or makeshift toilets, and dump it into a nearby sewage lagoon shown here. These lagoons are rarely lined and pose a threat to the purity of drinking water and the health of the community. Lack of access to water also encourages poor hand washing and hygiene habits, leading to increased rates of disease.
To get this water, those living in rural Alaska must buy their own water, which, because of its high price, they try not to waste it. Just to give an example, they may try to save water by having communal baths. Unfortunately, after a while, these baths start to become dirty and are riddled with disease and microbial activity.
We'd like to thank you for listening to our presentation. We hope you learned a little bit more about water problems in Alaska. Please check out our readings and links sections for more information about environmental issues in Alaska.